Greetings. So this is going to be a reading, a pick a card for our passed over grandmothers. Okay, so I have 3 piles for us to choose from. Our first pile, which is going to be the deck here, the Secrets of the Ancestors Oracle. Then you have the Ancestor Spirit Oracle for pile number 2. And lastly, for pile number 3, you have the Dia de los Muertos Oracle deck. Okay. So pile 1, 2, and 3. I'll give you guys a moment to meditate and reflect on which deck calls to you the most, and we'll go ahead and start the reading. Greetings. So for those of you that were drawn to the Secrets of the Ancestors Oracle deck, this is going to be your reading. Okay. I will be doing a bonus deck for everyone. I'm going to be using the Mother Mary Oracle as our advice from our grandmother. Okay. So this is a general message. As you guys know, y'all hear that spill all the time on YouTube. So, let's discern what messages may be for us and what messages are not for us. Okay, so we know the difference. I'm going to start off with the tarot. Okay, if you guys are interested in your own personal ancestor reads, I will leave that pinned in the comment section. Okay, and also shadow work readings throughout the month of October. Okay, we'll be doing that. All right, so let's start off with the tarot. We'll do the oracle second, and the Mother Mary last. Okay, all right, so grandmothers of this pile number 1, come through with your wisdom, your guidance. I feel led to hit this cigar real quick because I don't know, I feel like one of y'all ancestors. Before I do that, before I pull anything, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna use this one that's on my table. Okay, I'm gonna light this one for y'all. All right. Divine Mother, grandmothers, we call to you. We show reverence, honor, and love. The grandmothers known and unknown before, the great-great-grands, so on and so forth. The grandmothers that we have on our heart and on our minds, what are the messages that you have for us? We cast down any trickster spirits, familiar spirits, and lying spirits projecting and cloaking themselves as our divine mother goddess energies, and our mothers, our grandmothers. We bind those trickster spirits and lying spirits. Come through with the divine wisdom. Okay, so some of you guys, your grandmother could have been a water sign. I'm hearing a Pisces specifically. She loved seafood. She may have lived in the ocean or by the ocean. Maybe she was, some of you, West Indian. Your grandmother could have lived a very long life. She could have been very old when she passed away. She could have been in her 90s. She lived a long life. Some of you, she liked to gamble, or she believed in superstitions with the 6 of Pentacles. Like, she was very good with money, or she was very lucky in that respect. Or like, she was, the type to hit the casinos, and, she would come out with something. She didn't leave empty-handed, that's for sure. Or she was like the scratch off ticket kind. Like, she liked to, I feel like she wore a lot of rings. Seem like those real big flower. They look like they're shaped like flowers. I'm seeing like those big ass rings. So she might have had like favorite rings that she would wear. I feel like she kept her nails done. like short though, like short nails. Um, she might have been really good at gambling. Yeah, like she may have known, like she could have played poker. She might have played what's it called? Dice. She could have been good at dice games. Like she was really good. She liked to. I think she was really good at sewing, or she would make clothes. Like I don't feel like this is just like the hobbies with Granny sitting in the chair and knitting and crocheting. She might have made clothes, blankets. Um, she might have sewn like sacred imagery into her clothes or into her blankets. She could have been a pastor's kid growing up. Her father could have been a bishop, or maybe she was, or took over a church or something. Um, your grandmother knew how to deal with spiritual warfare since she was young. I feel like, yeah, she was a pastor's kid, I feel like, or like a child of some type of like spiritual leader or someone in the community that was well respected. But it seems like in the spiritual community or religion, um, she might have been raised by her father. Her mother could have passed away when she was really little, or she didn't know her mother at all. Her father raised her for the most part. Um, she had a cat. For some of you, she had a cat when she passed. She might have had this cat for a few years. Um, your grandma may have been really good at making drinks, like she was good at mixology or like making cocktails and drinks and things like that. Grandmother's house, she might have had like a lot of plants in her house, but I feel like some of her plants would die, but she would still keep them or something, or just like some dying plants. I don't know. She may also like have been the house that everybody would like to go to. Like she almost gives off like, yeah, she's grandma, but she gives off like cool auntie vibes too. Just interesting. um she's very protective of her family on the other side. That includes you. If someone has been going through a lot of scrutiny lately, um, gossip, slander, or like just warfare, like things like it seems like people or things coming against you, or like you keep confronting or facing like some type of enemies or something like that, or so like some type of sabotage energy. She's reminding you of something she told you when you were little. Um, and this might be different for everyone, but it's like something she used to say when you were little, or maybe it was a one-time phrase, something she said once to you. But it's like along the lines of you knowing your power, getting back into your magic. Some of you, like you guys grew up already knowing how to practice spiritual work, or how to combat spiritual warfare, maybe with a prayer. Maybe she told you like a specific prayer. Um, a prayer that maybe starts with a 9, a 5, or a 6, or it could be verse 5 through 9 or something, 5, verse 5 and 6 or something. I don't know. Um, I do see a couple of fives here. So 5 could be very significant. Something about upcoming changes. It's like she's reminding you when you, yeah, it's like maybe she used to say things like, you know, the phrase, new levels, new devils type of thing. Like, baby, you got to know when you are growing, when you're rising, or when you're elevating, or when you do good, that's when the attacks come. That's when the haters. It's like something along the lines of that. And she would tell you how to combat that or how to move through it. Your grandmother may have lost some things, or lost a home, lost a house. Um, could be house fire in her lifetime where she lost a lot of things. She dwells in a space where she, like when she was a little kid, a little girl, maybe she spent time in an attic or basement or something. Um, she dwells in some type of space, like her inner child, like something maybe she had to go without electricity, like if she lived in a little house or something when she was little, they might have had to use a lot of candles. They didn't have electricity or something, or they couldn't afford it, or just like that era or area where she lived, they didn't have electricity, or they, even if they had lights, it might have been not a lot of lighting in the house and they had a lot of candles around. Maybe that's what led to, oh, some of you, or maybe one person specifically, their grandma actually burnt down the house as a little kid, or they're blaming themselves. Something with these candles. Mm. She was kind of mischievous as a kid, I'm hearing, or just like very, she was like an old soul at the same time, like very explorative, like got into stuff, like probably describing you, or maybe she took care of you a lot. Like you might have, if you're the only child, she spent a lot of time with you, or maybe before you had other siblings, so you could be the oldest or something. Before you had a lot of siblings, or maybe you have older siblings and you were the youngest, but some way she spent a lot of time with you. Like you spent a lot of time with her at her house alone. Like she would babysit you, but not really. It was like you were free to roam and do what you wanted. You were just in her care. So I feel like you spent a lot of time with your grandma. Okay. Um, her sun sign could be your moon sign for some of you. See, grandmother, deceased grandmothers, what is the message that you have for this collective? Yeah, the grandfather, or your great grandfather, your grandmother's father, though they might have been religious or in the church, they were into like spiritual stuff too. Like they believed in spirit, talking and communing with spirits, and um, they might have worked with like candles, saints, and stuff like that, like hoodoo practices maybe. And if they are West Indian, I feel like there's um, some relations to certain spiritual practices. So you have ancestral force with completion. There's an alarm clock and it's 7:10. So that might be significant. I was picking up 7:11 earlier. So they're saying that there's something positive that's closing out in your life and a new beginning that's coming. Father God, radical truth, peacemaker, persistent, and patient. So yeah, your grandmother believed in God, and it's something about the faith or belief in a higher source power as well. Um, it's like they may believe they believe that you are called, you are chosen. They may have told you like God, God called you, God chose you, or you're. It's like something with that. They were spiritual, but at the same time they were religious as well. So they would use a lot of phrases like chosen and God called you, and you're a prophet, or you're a, I don't know, you're an apostle or something. Like they might have used words like that, or just like you're called, you're chosen. And they feel like you were called and chosen to be maybe the peacemaker in your family. That doesn't mean diminish your power though. I feel like they're very clear on that. Your grandmother may have had an affinity for Egyptian culture and music, or not music, movies. I meant to say, I don't know, music. I don't know why that slipped out of my mouth. Maybe movies. Like they liked watching movies with, like, let's say, like the Cleopatra movies and stuff like that. Um, your grandmother, something about her smell, like she may have worn some type of perfume that, I don't know, something with Egyptian, maybe Egyptian musk, or it was like a incense or something. But she says you're called, and you're persistent. Like, you gotta remain persistent. Like, don't give up. Do not give up on yourself. Do not. So you may be a bit of a like a free spirited person. So therefore you may not fit into the traditions of your family. You could be a Sagittarius. Something about you is very free spirited. Could kind of be like a black sheep a little bit in a way, or um people could kind of look at you like, who do you think you are? You think you all that, you think, yeah, like I get that. Like, you get attacked just for just minding your business and being you, but there's something about you that comes off as like regal, or you know yourself, you're very confident. You could have been some type of high priestess or priest in a past life, or you give off this energy. Um, and I don't feel like you try. It's just an embodiment of you. Sometimes this may not be for everyone, but sometimes your grandmother feels as though you you don't see your power so much so that you kind of slack off in life, like you kind of don't take your responsibility or authority or your spiritual power or purposes or calling seriously enough, or you don't see it for what it is, like how significant it is. It's like this deity, this goddess, she's kind of being a little bit playful, almost like a little bit juvenile. And it's like, does she realize her authority, her responsibility that she's called to? And it's okay to live a little, to have that, jovial spirit, be lighthearted, be playful. But there's an element to this where maybe they feel like you don't see yourself fully, and it's kind of like a little bit of irresponsibility. Um, People might take advantage of that sometimes as well. Like you're naive, or you're insecure or something, but they're intimidated because it's like, well, they have all this gifting, and they have this, and they have these talents, and they have, charisma, and they just naturally, just things just flow for them. And partially that is true, not saying that it comes easy always, but some of it is an inherited natural energy that you have, and people even more so resent you for it because you don't see it, you don't realize it. It's like, oh, well, why don't you just give it to me? Why didn't God or the universe, why didn't they bless me with it? I could do something. It's like it provokes that in people. So that is the messages that I'm getting. Let's go ahead and get some advice from the Mother Mary Oracle for you guys, and that will conclude the reading. And like I said, if you guys are interested in your own ancestral guidance readings, you can book that on my website. I will leave the link in the comments or in the description box. Okay, let's see. Divine Source God, what is the messages that you have? Any further? Well, this 2 cards, 3 cards. How many cards? Our Lady of Answered Prayers, Our Lady of the Whispering Hearts, and Our Lady of Soul Birth. So yeah, the answered prayer is coming to you. Like, you don't even have to utter a word. Your divine team hears your prayers. Divine Mother hears your prayers. Your ancestors, your grandmother, they hear your prayers. They hear the silent whispers of your heart, your desires, what you want, and you're about to give birth to something from try to say 2 words, from the deep depths of your heart, from your soul, your true heart's desires. You're going to give birth, and for some of you, your truest heart's desire is to have a child, and that is going to be a blessing of yours. This looks like a mini Madonna, like a mini Black Madonna baby, like in her baby form. And it kind of reiterates what I was picking up, that your grandmother sees your calling, your purpose, your potential way before you do, and others see it. You were already inherited with some sort of blessing, some sort of gift or healing ability. You make things beautiful, you make things sacred. So yeah, your advice is to embrace this energy, and maybe fall into the trust. And I know that can sound like a dead horse being beat over and over and over and over again, but you have to lean into faith and trust that your prayers have already been heard and already been answered. Okay. Some of you guys are called to be a teacher, a spiritual leader and teacher. share your wisdom with others. Like you've been called to move into that direction. And again, we have another five. So technically we have 3 5s here. So 555 total. We also have 2 2s here. Okay. With 2 of the Lady of our Whispering Heart and 7 with Our Lady of Answered Prayer. So my alarm clock went off at 7:10 a.m. and I was picking up 7-Eleven earlier this morning. So that could be a significant number. So I'm sending much love. And the Peacemaker card technically is a 5, number 14. So 1 and 4 is 5. So there's another 5. And then another 7 with 43. So 4 plus 3 is 7. So hey, there you go. I hope this message blesses those who it's meant to and reach those who it's meant to. And as always, much love. Be blessed, be safe. Take care. Peace. Okay. So if you guys are drawn to pile number 2, this is your reading, and we're going to start off with the tarot before we get into the oracle. So far, I hope the readings have been resonating with you guys. And I will leave in the comments and also in the description box the link to my ancestor readings. If you guys would like to book your own ancestor guidance or even shadow work readings during the month of October, I'll be making those available as well. So I will link it in the description. So some of these cards are in reverse, and I'm not going to read them in reverse. I forgot to put them back upright. But let's tap into your grandmother's energy. Now, some messages may stand out to you, and some of them may not be for you, so just discard it. But yeah, let's tap in. So, like for this group, majority of your grandmothers are fire signs. Okay. Mainly Sagittarius. Okay. Divine Source God, what is the energy? Thank you. The Hermit came out. So heavily walking with you as your spirit guide for sure. She's a very powerful energy. Some of you guys may be pregnant, or you're going to be pregnant soon. She's going to be there. The Prince of Sacred Circles could be giving birth to a boy. The Moon. Okay. Yeah, grandmama. Yeah, I feel like it's very, 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 very subtle in her energy, but very powerful. So like she could be around you and it would be like a soft energy. Like you probably, if you're not paying attention, you wouldn't notice her presence because she does surround you. She does visit you. She's going to be present for a lot of things. Some of you guys, like, she was at someone's wedding or she's going to be at someone's wedding. Like, she's going to be present. And I feel like she plays a role in the partner that you come together with. There's a sacred ceremony. It's like a giving back, a homage to your ancestors. Something that you do that pays homage, or maybe you might wear something of hers, like a piece of jewelry on your wedding day, or you did already. If you already had a wedding, you might wear something of hers. Yeah, you are her baby. I feel she was very fond of you. Like you could have been the youngest or something, like, or you came way later. Because some of you guys could have an older sibling. Um, she made you things like especially because I'm seeing a few Native American figures here. She could have weaved something up for you or made some type of doll or something for you. If you are a male, your grandmother, she gives you counsel like counsel, to motivate you, to encourage you, to give you direction, to push you to greater heights. I'm here, my little gentleman. So like you could have been very attentive to your grandma. Like you didn't say no. You helped her a lot. I feel your grandmother could only have two kids, two children. I feel like some of you guys are asking about your grandmother on your father's side. And I just heard abuela. Grandmama, I hear the word mama twice. Grandmama. Um, Gammy, or you called her Gamma because you didn't know how to say grandma. You guys could have been quite like the eater. She could have called you Chompy or something. Something with chomp or chompy. I don't know. Weird. I don't know. That's what I'm hearing. Chompa, chompy. Um, Someone always like one of you always had to have something in your mouth, and she's making point of that. Hence why she made you like maybe a doll or something that you could chew on. It's like she knitted it. It could be with like tusks, some type of dried tusk, like corn or something. Like she made something out of like a dried vegetable. I'm getting corn, but I could be wrong. Um, her energy, like I said, is a subtle breeze. Like her favorite times of day is at sunset to night. She loves the moon. She loves the stars. Very fond of those things. And I'm getting like the wind, something with the wind. It's very subtle. Her energy comes in. There's a sacred ceremony that your grandmother is a part of, like a rites of passage for women. And this could resonate with you. I'm also seeing like a sacred ceremony in love. So this could be like a ceremony before a wedding or during a wedding. There's some type of exchange of servitude, like honoring each other, showing some type of level of devotion and the humbleness. I don't know. It's interesting. Hmm. There is some important pieces of jewelry or garments for your grandmother, maybe that was passed down or that you guys have kept or your mothers have kept, if this is your grandmother on your mother's side, some type of sacred garments. Getting like Latin America, I'm seeing like melanated, like deeply melanated Latino people. So like Afro Latinos. Your grandmother could be old enough to remember sugarcane fields or something, or her mother or father gathering sugar canes. Where does sugar cane? I cannot remember where they originate from. I want to look that up really quick, but I'm gonna pull the oracle in a second. Let me see. New Ghana, tropical Pacific Islands, East Asia, well, South Pacific, also Polynesian regions. Okay, so I don't know. There's something with sugarcane fields or something. Okay, now let's tap into their guidance towards you with their message. there's a scent that reminds you of your grandmother, and if you smell it or reminded of it, that's her presence being made known to you. Some of you guys could have been homeschooled, or your grandma um, schooled you, helped you with your homework a lot, or something like that. Taught you something with math. I'm getting mathematics. She could have been really good with math. Nature spirits, elves, fairies, rock formations. So yeah, water, like I'm getting the rainforest, I'm getting um yeah, like somewhere maybe in the US where there's a lot of trees and greenery, campsites and areas and things like that where there's water. Now in other countries it's like waterfalls, forests, yeah, rainforests. So there's something with that where she loves that scenery, and that's because it's something about where she grew up. Yeah, you'll find me there. Me and others, me and other ancestors. Yep, family connections, respect, people, and kinship. And this Polynesian family members. I feel this is, she remembers, it's like very fond of her father. She has a fondness for her father. She looked up to him. Hard work, hard workers. You come from a background of hard workers. Notice the signs, investigate symbols, nature, spirits. Yeah, she manipulates the weather, the energy. Like I said, she's very subtle. You have to pay attention to her to get it. She's definitely a water or earth sign. I was picking up fire in the beginning. If fire, I'm gonna say maybe a Sag energy, but definitely earth and water for sure. Very strong. She loves nature. She loves the sound, like the subtle sounds of the wind, the trees, the birds, the water, um, crickets at night. Like she loves subtle sounds, like sounds that you could go to sleep to. She's not into like busy sounds, like cars, raging across the street, loud voices, and loud music. She's very in tune with nature, and I feel like that's her vibe. It's very subtle, and it's like if you are present, pay attention to things around you, you'll feel her energy, you'll feel her presence. Okay, so let's get some advice from the Mother Mary Oracle deck. Some of your ancestors can be from New Zealand, Australia. Wow, okay, so you have Our Lady of Starting Over, okay, number 29, 42, Our Lady of Love, and lastly, Our Lady of Great Power. You're very much alike, or you may even look alike. Because I'm getting like a lot of mirroring numbers. Your timestamp was 2121. When I pulled that last card, it was 3232 on the timestamp. So there's something about mirroring. You will find yourself within her, whether you're male or not, it doesn't matter. There's some strong traits or similarities, if not physical, like features that you guys look a lot alike. Because I seen this picture. Allegedly, I'm assuming that the lady looked like him, but it was a picture that was going around of Tupac's grandmother, and they were comparing them, and he looked like a spitting image of his grandmother, like almost dead on her, like just in male form. Like they had the same eyes, same nose, a smile, the face structure, and like damn. So there's a possibility that you could look like your grandmother in that sense, and for others of you, like if you're a woman, you can look like her as well. And I feel that if not physical, like I said, it's very similar in essence and energy, and she may be very close to you in that. It's like, um, I'm noticing how the mother, she's nurturing the sacred heart. And in this card, the mother's nurturing the sacred child. So she loves you very, very deeply and nurtures you and caresses you and holds you. She's very fond of your energy. And you might be going through some sort of change that's not fun for you right now. And her energy is to you, it's okay to start fresh. It's okay to start over, start from scratch. You know, you have to sometimes, like, the heartbreak is what brings about the breakthrough in the heart, the openness, the capacity, the deeper capacity to receive and to give love. Um, and she is that. She is a person of love. She is a person of peace. And so are you. You have great power within you. It's like whatever's inside of me is inside of you. My power is your power. Your power is my power. I dropped the card. Yeah. So there's so much that I feel like a lot of energy of love. She has a very healing, very calming presence where you feel safe in her energy. It feels like it's almost like Christ energy. Like if you've ever tapped into the energy of that, it feels very secure, like very like comforting and a big sigh of relief. Like in that moment, there's no worries, there's no stress, there's no drama, there's no bills, there's no fears, there's nothing, there's no heartache in that moment. And I feel like her energy provides and gives that type of energy. Okay. Especially when you're tapped into it, you'll feel that. So that was a reading. If you guys are interested in your own ancestral readings, I got you. Just click the link in the description or in the comments if you would like to book your own personal ancestral reading and shadow work readings during this time of October. If you guys are interested in that, I got you as well. Thank you guys so much for participating in this live, or not this live, sorry, in this pick a card. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Much love as always. Peace. Greetings. Pile 3, if you guys were drawn to the Dia oh my God, Dia de los Muertos deck. This is your reading. I'm going to do a bonus read for you guys as well, or just bonus cards from the Mother Mary Oracle deck as your advice and guidance. But if you guys would like to book your own ancestor readings or shadow work readings, I will leave that the links pinned in my comments and in the description box if you're interested. Okay. All right. So we're going to start with the tarot first, just to get some guidance and messages about your grandmothers. Some of these messages may resonate with you and some of them may not, because they might be for someone else watching. So just know what, is yours and what to just, discard, right? So let's go ahead and tap in and see what the grandmothers on the other side want us to know. Now, you guys may lovingly refer to your grandmother as abuela or nana, for some of you. All right. She might have had a fondness for seashells or the sea, the oceans, or she liked oceanic things, designs, decor, things like that. Let's see. Some of her favorite food is seafood. I got this from one of the other piles. I can't remember. But specifically, there was like a soup that she liked, and I feel like she loves shrimp. I'm seeing like the shrimps that have the tails and the eyes and stuff still on them, so she might have kept them like that in some of her dishes or something. I'm seeing like a red soupy like this dish with shrimp in it. Let's see. There's like a Brazilian stew that I want to try so bad. It looks so good. And I think the base is white fish. I know you have to use palm oil to get that reddish color in it. So that could be one of the dishes I'm seeing. I know they have like Mexican soups with red like tomato juice or sauce in it and like seafood ceviche. But no, this feels like warm. It feels like a soup. Come on, Grandma. What's going on? What you talking about? What you talking? What's up? Show us yourself. Show your face. Thank you. Cards would fly on the floor. Yeah, she's definitely from the islands. Brazil, Cuba, maybe the Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico. I'm missing some. I know Rio de Janeiro. I'm saying like different. But first thing that came to me was either Cuba or Brazil. The first thing that came to me. Seven of Cups. Ooh, your grandma was a dime, huh? Was she in the beauty pageants? Your grandma might have been a dime, okay? Ten of Pentacles. Yeah. Married very young, too. Yeah, your grandma was something else, child. Not a pen. Yeah. So she might have been married quite a bit. Six of Swords. Some type of indigenous tribe. So Mexico, seeing Mexico, the Tejano people, the Tejano tribe. You have Five of Swords, Seven of Pentacles, and the Dame of Swords, which is the female equivalent to the Knight. So your grandma was one of those women that, she was beautiful, attractive. She could have had whoever she wanted, but it was like she knew her power. She wasn't like a damsel in distress. She wasn't um a needy feminine energy. It's like she enjoyed the attention of men, and she loved to have lovers, and she was into that. She had many lovers. I feel like she was married a couple of times maybe, but she's like one of those, you can't keep me down, like very free spirited. She doesn't believe in restrictions and genders and things like that. um your grandmother, I feel like her grandfather and her father were darker skinned. So your grandmother could be biracial, getting Latin culture, but if not, her grandfather and her father were black. Her mother was um some type of European descent or Spaniard descent. So she could have been very fair skinned. Um, hmm, Shoot, some of y'all may not know y'all got some black in your family. Some of you may not even know that. Okay, because your grandmother is very fair skinned. Um, she may have lived her youth in another country and moved to America, maybe because of a husband or a partner. Some of your ancestors are stationed or they moved to Florida. I'm getting even like coming from like let's say for instance Cuba to even to Mexico, like moving to Mexico, and then from there the rest of the descendants migrating to the US. I'm saying too. Grandmother was a part of some type of tribe. She could have grew up in a religious culture, but her husband was more so spiritual. I'm also seeing that maybe her last husband was Caucasian if your grandmother was of another ethnicity. Um, I'm seeing some type of mixed races and cultures here. Mix and mingling. That may not be for everyone. Um, Definitely I see. I don't know why I'm getting maybe even Panama too. Panama, yeah. I feel like this is like some of this is what I'm saying. Panama. Mm. Could have been a dancer. I feel like your grandma was good at a lot of things. Dancing, these beauty pageants. Like she was a looker, and I feel like she enjoyed those things, and she knew she was attractive. But like I said, it wasn't something that she um, led her life with. It's like she had more substance than that, and she was very, very much so, um, very vocal, very unapologetic in her truth and what she had to say. Um, she lived a very vivacious life for sure. She might have won a couple of pageants. Um, yeah, her first marriage, she was very young, kind of wet behind the ears. A lot of her children came from that first relationship, or at least one child. She remarried. I feel like your grandma was married at least twice. Might have lived her last days um, single, not married, or her husband passed away before she passed away, maybe long before she passed away. For most of you, this is your mother on your father's side. For most of you, mm. Yeah, she came from somewhere else. She lived in a completely other somewhere else, and she moved. Well, she was an adult or a young adult, at least. Mm. Yeah, like her energy, very vivacious, very like loud and proud, very vocal. She might have had a voice that very high pitched, or she talked really loud. Um, I'm not getting like literally like Rosie Perez, or even what's that lady's name from Modern Family? God, I can't think of her name. She's on X Factor too. Shit, I cannot think of her name. Sophia something. Like kind of like that type of vocal, like excitable type of expression. I don't feel like she was shy at all. And as an older woman, maybe she was a little bit more, chill, more reserved. But when she would talk about her past, she might have been, but she was happy with the life that she lived. Her hair color could have been like a really um, light brown to dark brown, maybe even like a reddish ginger type color as well. Her laugh, something about her laugh was maybe also vivacious. She was like funny too. Like she knew how to crack a joke. She was very witty too. Sassy. Fiesta. Yeah, your grandma like, we like to party over here, child. Tamales. I know tamales are big in Mexican culture, but also in Guatemala they have um like those sweet ones. There's another culture, I feel like, too, with the tamales, but what's coming to me more so, of course, is Mexican culture and Guatemala. Um, Tamales, those could have been her favorite things. If you're gonna make an offering to her, she might want some tamales. Then you have Fiesta. She wants you to celebrate life. Like yeah, your grandma, she got it in, child. I don't remember what this card is about. Um, Number 26. This might have something to do with like the underworld and something with a god with the underworld. Let me look real quick. But yeah, your grandma, she wants you to live a little bit more, and not like just be wild and crazy, but just, it doesn't have to even be partying, but like do things that you love and enjoy, things that make you feel alive in life. You know, life is short. And when you celebrate her, she wants you to like party in her honor. Like there could be songs or music. Like I feel like she likes to dance. So this card, it says, in the depths of your soul, there's unshakable strength. Okay. It's Aztec mythology, so maybe there's some Aztec um background. This is the underworld where souls continue to live after death. It is ruled by the king. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm not even going to try. It is believed that souls must overcome 9 levels of obstacles on their journey, like a crossing a crashing mountain range, a field with wind that blows knives, or a river of blood with fearsome jaguars. A soul can know eternal rest. Here they await the opportunity to visit their loved ones. For this reason, the Dia de los Muertos is not just a celebration to honor our ancestors, but an occasion for closure. Okay. So she's on the other side. Like she's made her transition for sure, for sure. Um, she's where there's rest, where there's peace. Okay. So I don't know if that was a question that you guys wanted to know, if she was okay or how she feeling, how she doing. She's fine. But she's like, if you gonna honor me, I'm gonna need some tamales. I'm gonna need some music. Like I want y'all to like have a good time. Cause I had a good time and I'm at peace. I'm good where I'm at. Okay, so let's get some advice. Okay, I don't know. Like, I'm not just spicy personality wise. I like spicy food. So if you're going to make me something, you're going to have to make it spicy. Or buy. Have someone make it, buy it. These tamales, yeah. Okay, yeah, she wants you to know she's at rest. She's definitely at rest. Our Lady of Promise, number 8. 41, Our Lady of Sweet Rest. And last, Our Lady of Becoming. So you have a lot to look forward to. Many blessings, things that haven't even happened yet in your life, things that have not even hatched. She's like, you got so much time to go. I'm getting 30 years. So you could be 30, something with the number 3 is significant. Maybe that's when you blossom. That's when things start to come alive in your life. Or not saying that things won't be good in between the time, but it's like a lot hatching, like the things that you've been very patiently waiting for start to hatch. And this could be pregnancy, fertility with these eggs. Um, she wants you to have like some peace of mind as well. Like you might be overindulging in something or overly stressed. Yeah, it's like a lot of stress, a lot of worry, where it's like just have some peace, have some rest. You're still becoming who you're called to be. No matter what age you are, you're still blossoming, you're still blooming, you're still becoming, you're still hatching, what I'm hearing. So she's like, I might have lived a very full life and I started very young. And that's not everybody's story. That's not everybody's life. My life was a bit different. I don't regret it. Hence why I feel like she wants you to find some joy here in the now. Fiesta does not always have to be going out and getting drunk and dancing and doing this. Like you could do that at home, or you could find something else that brings you back to center where you are celebrating life, where you are participating with life and really actually living, and you're celebrating her through this. And something about dancing, she loves it. That's like her thing. Like I didn't have to drink necessarily. I might have had a beer or two in my hand, but I enjoyed dancing. I That's just what I love to do. If I went out to the bar, I love to dance. I love to challenge people in dancing. I love to dance with men, like show off my skills and flirt and have fun. Like your grandma was, yeah, I like your grandma's energy. I like her energy a lot. So yeah, she could have been born on the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th as well of one of these months. That could be the month itself, like the 4th, 5th month. But yeah. So we're gonna close this reading out. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did like this video, share it with someone. And I will talk to you guys soon. Be blessed, be safe, take care, peace.